Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to my life science class. I'm Mr. Hescox. We've been talking about DNA, genetics, and all kinds of things. The whole last section was on mutations. A mutation is any change in DNA. They can be good, they can be bad, they can cause nothing in some cases, and they can do some things just like just the changing color of your hair. What are some ways that people have changed the genetics of organisms? So we're going to break this last section into two parts. You have selective breeding, and then you have the genetic engineering part. So today we're going to talk about selective breeding. Modern genetics is all about manipulating the genes, but we, the human race, have been moving genes for thousands of years. It's called breeding. So think about your dog breeds, or your different types of cats, or different breeds of tomatoes, or different types of plants. We have bred animals for thousands and thousands of years to do what we want, from cows to horses, different breeds of horses, to different types of dogs for different types of dogs that we want. Different types of dogs have all been out of necessity. All dogs are descendant from the Asian wolf. Somehow or another, the dog decided that being with people and being fed by people was worth doing whatever the person wanted to do, and turns out to be a great relationship too. Little mutations over time can actually cause traits to change. Not all changes in DNA are random. Sometimes we actually breed for things. Later on today, I'll show you a picture of what corn looked like when the Indians first started raising it. In fact, there it is. So this is the original. So here is your old corn from thousands of years ago, and they bred it to get more and more kernels, to get bigger kernels, and now today they've actually bred it to be disease resistant. Like certain types of corn resist rot or resist the worms that get into the corn. These are hybrid animals. This is probably one of my favorite words just to say. This is a beefalo. A beefalo is a cross between a buffalo and a cow. Now, what the premise behind this was, people knew that cows are delicious steaks, hamburgers, things like that. They also knew that buffalo have much less fat. So the idea was, let's take a cow, breed it with a buffalo, and come up with a less fat, leaner meat. It never caught on because hybrids are sterile usually, which means you can't breed two beefalos together to get a new beefalo. You have to go back to the buffalo and a cow. You'll find a lot of these in Sinking Valley right now. These are mules, very popular with the Amish that live in Sinking Valley. They are a work animal. Now, donkeys are too little, but donkeys can see their hind legs. Horses cannot see where their back feet are. So mules are a breeding where they take a female horse and a male donkey and you get a mule. It's a little bit smaller than a horse and bigger, can do more work than a donkey. These are often used as plow animals. So these are some specific breeds of dogs that have been bred. You have hunting dogs like these beagles that have been bred for rabbits or foxes. This is a bloodhound, which was actually for tracking game, but today most of these bloodhounds are owned by police forces and things like that. And you have the Alaskan Husky, which even looks a little bit like a wolf, and they were bred to pull dog sleds. So they were bred to be big and strong. And if you've ever walked a husky, they will drag you everywhere. So, speaking of hybrids, this article came out of the Altoona Mirror a long time ago, but it was really cool because in this article, here's a zebra and the zonkey. Now, the zonkey is what happened when a zebra was bred by a donkey. And you get this cute little fellow here, the zonkey. And it happened in Barbados. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that takes us to the end of that section, the halfway point. We're talking about selective breeding. Some other types of selective breedings you may have heard of. They do inbreeding with racehorses and inbreeding with special types of um, greyhounds to make them faster. You might see inbreeding with certain types of plants to make the colors more bright. Later in the week, we'll be talking about genetic engineering, and I'll be back soon. I'm Mr. Hescox. Have a good day.